All right, hopefully this works. I'm a little worried because it is a different version of Minecraft now, but we're about to find out. Oh, yep, there we go. Okay. Here we go. Alright, how's it going, guys? It has been a couple days since I last streamed. A lot of stuff's been going on, so I'll get into that in a little bit. I don't know what's going on. My lizard's tank, its light is like flickering weird. I hope it's not about to burn out. Yeah, no, it's been a few days. I've been kind of busy doing job interview like things, and things have finally kind of settled down a little bit. Nick 463838 is in the chat in Twitch. And apparently I missed an entire Minecraft version because apparently we're on 1.21.10, which I don't know when and how that happened, but apparently I did a quick little search before I started the stream. Apparently it was just to mix or fix some bug fixes with pistons. Apparently there was things like glitching in and out of pistons and chunks not loading and all this other weird stuff. But yeah, no, I'm back. It's really cold now. Like last time I streamed it was like 30 degrees out, and now it's like 0 degrees out. So hey Rachel D. But yeah, my wife is on a new work schedule now, and so I can stream a little bit earlier, which should help with everyone in the UK. Just Nick is cool. It's a load of numbers for you to say each time. Yeah, but it's kind of fun. But all right, I'll keep it to Nick. But yeah, no, the temperature has dropped like drastically in the past week, and on top of that, I can stream an hour earlier now. So for everybody overseas in the UK, or I know there's a couple of people from New Zealand and a couple other like random places. So hopefully this is a little bit easier for you guys. Pie Rapple, thanks for the follow. Yeah, so I'm hoping by streaming an hour earlier, it'll hopefully help with you guys being able to see the stream. As for what we're doing today, I figured we'd keep it kind of chill today because I don't really have an actual plan. I did think about doing a trial chamber though, but we'll see. And yeah, let's get today started. So obviously, a new Minecraft version. I was sort of hoping for some more stuff, but I guess it was just bug fixes. And yeah, if the numbers make you happy, say. All right, Nick 463838. I don't know. I'm a bit of a numbers person. I've always really liked math and numbers, so I'm pretty good with remembering long strings of numbers and just spouting them out. How am I doing, Pyreapple? I'm doing pretty good. Still can't seem to shake this cough I have, so if it's not gone by next week, there might be a trip to the doctor to figure out what's going on, but it seems to go away and then come back, so I'm not really sure what's happening. I'm really hoping it's not like mold in my apartment or something, but we'll cross that bridge once we get to it, I guess. Past that, I'm doing pretty good. I've had a busy couple days with job interviews and whatnot, so yeah, we're just kind of vibing. Let me just quickly kind of sort some stuff. Here we go. And that should be fine for now. We do have this buried treasure map. I can't remember what that's for, but I know what I found last time. You know what? Let's just go do it. Do it while I talk, I guess. So what do we gotta do? Gotta go... Oh, wow, that's pretty far. Southwest. Yikes. Oh, this is way different. Weird. I mean, it's a lot less cluttered, I guess. But anyways, yeah, no, I've had a busy couple days doing some job interviews. I had that interview for the place I was really, really hoping to get into, and I think it went okay. So they said I'd hear probably in the next week or so, if not from them, from the recruiter to see what's going on. But until that happens, I can start streaming again. So, we're back today, and hopefully that means we'll get some good numbers and kind of go from there. So yeah, this is our file. I don't think I think Pyrapple, you're the only one that is kind of new here, so I'll do a quick tour in a little bit. Here, I need to put one carpet on that corner too. I've been kind of meaning to do that. But yeah, no, things have been pretty good. You know, my wife's been a little stressed out at work, so I've been trying to think of ways to help with that. And we got a couple things coming up in the near future. We got Thanksgiving coming up this weekend, which is going to be pretty good. Usually we'd go see family, but we just saw my wife's family like literally last weekend. So we are going to, well, we were going to try and see my family, but apparently before I even messaged them all, they decided that they were all going to do their own thing. You know, which happens. Like, me and my siblings are all older now, and my mom's got her new husband, so I'm sure, you know, everybody's got their plans. So it's looking like we are going to do our own thing. I just need to make sure I get stuffing for my wife. That was the only condition. So if we're gonna do our own thing this year, then I need to make sure she gets stuffing. So yeah, we're gonna do our own thing this weekend. Hopefully have some fun. And I'm hoping to hear about a job by next week, and then kind of go from there in terms of streaming schedule and whatnot. So having a kind of a chill stream today. I'm going to go get this treasure map and then head back to the house and kind of go from there. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm gonna try and make this like a normal length stream, like 3 hours ish. We do have an extra hour now though, so depending on how things are going, I may end it an hour earlier than usual, but we'll see. And yeah, we'll kind of go from there. So I'm hoping you guys are doing okay. I haven't heard much on the Discord the past few days. It's actually kind of going dead, which is kind of unfortunate. But, oh, speaking of which, I need to put the Discord link in. Just give me 1 second here, because my mouse decides it wants to highlight everything instead of just the thing I'm highlighting. I'll throw this in. Pin message. And sorry, just give me 1 second here. There we go. Slowly getting better at this streaming thing, but you know, practice makes perfect. I'm honestly just kind of stoked that I can wear a sweater today. So this is south. So I don't know how far away this treasure map is. Hopefully it's not too far away, but we'll see. And yeah, we can just kind of go from there. I really don't know what's going on with my electricity right now. It's being a little weird. I don't know if it's the electricity or if it's the light bulb, but guess we'll see. Honestly, the only reason I think it's the electricity is because my printer, I had to print off my resume yesterday, was being kind of strange. And when I looked it up online, it was like, oh, like, make sure you're not using an extension cord because it might mess with the power somehow. And Daddy Stein fan club. How does that? Oh, sweet lord. Well, I'm okay. I didn't think I would see you in the chat ever again, but here we are. But yeah, no, I'm doing okay. We're just gonna have a chill stream today. Looks like the map is just about to start filling in, which is good. But yeah, just busy week, and you know, things are starting to chill a little bit. I did start making a new Pokemon Scarlet team that is a little trolly, but I can't quite get it to do what I want it to, so sort of hoping I can figure that out today. But I do have a bunch of dishes to do, and I might do some grocery shopping either today or like really early tomorrow morning, because everyone's going to want to be there for Thanksgiving shopping. But yeah, I'm just kind of vibing. Maybe just Stein fan club from now on then. That works too. Yeah, the whole daddy thing is a little weird to me. I kind of don't get it, but I guess I am older than most people, so I guess I'm old enough to be a dad, as weird as it is to say. Like, it's weird because, like, I don't think of myself as that old, right? I think I'm 34, but it's weird to think that, like, people younger than me... In fact, actually, a very good friend of ours just had a kid this morning. And just posted about it on Facebook, but... yeah, like, I have, like, my younger siblings, like, they have kids. So, like, it's weird for me to be like, I'm a dirty dish, do me. Jesus Christ. That's a little extreme. I don't know how my wife would feel about that. But, yeah, I don't know. To each their own, I guess. Is it, like, right here? Oh my god. Hey, we got a Heart of the Sea. I actually kind of wanted to find one of those. And we got a couple diamonds, got some cooked fish, and a leather tunic. So here, I will leave the map in here. It's Hans Lee. What's up? We're just hanging out. We just got a treasure chest, which is great, because I needed a Heart of the Sea. And now we're going to head back home. We're just going to chill, listen to some chill out rain. You know, talk about what's going on. I'll stop. Don't behead me. I'm not going to behead you. But, yeah, no. The only downside this week was I did have to cut all my hair, which was kind of a bummer. I didn't shave it off completely, because I was honestly just too scared. But, you know, I went to I was going to go to... So here's what happened. I was going to go to a barber shop, because I've only been to one barber in the past, like, I don't know, 20 plus years. I go to hair salons just because they know how to deal with longer hair better. And I grew up in a family of all girls, so, like, whenever it was like, hey, we gotta go get our hair cut, I'd just, like, you know, go to the salon. I drove around for, like, half an hour, because I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get a short haircut, I need to go to a guy barber and do that, and then I drove around past, like, 10 of them, and I was like, screw it, went to my regular salon place. And, it sucked, because last time I got my hair cut there, they had a new worker, and she was very nice, but she just was very nervous, and I think her nerves kind of got the better of her. So when she was doing my hair, she took like a long time to cut it, and when it was done, it like wasn't even right. But I was just so like over it at that point. I said, yeah, whatever, and left, and just let it grow back. But when I went today, or when I went the other day, she was working, and I was like, oh crap. But she took my info, and you know, it was fine, but I was like, oh man, I really wish she wasn't the one to cut my hair. And then this other girl who had cut it before, I don't know if she's like a co-op student or she's just like an apprentice hair cutter person, but she was there, and she's like a bit like closer to my age, and she speaks English. So it was like, can I get her? And they'd be like, oh, you want her to cut it? I was like, yeah. And they were like, really? You want like the co-op student to cut it? I was like, yes, because like the last time she did it, she actually made it look like pretty good. And he would stream Dying Light Beast. It just been released recently. I don't even know what that is. But yeah, I let her cut my hair, and then during that, I was actually sat beside someone who was transitioning from male to female, and so they were getting their hair done as well, and we all kind of chatted, and I mentioned I was, losing my hair in places, and I guess the person cutting their hair was like the owner or something, and she ran over and gave me this box full of like different kinds of shampoos and stuff that has a bunch of like hair regrowth stuff in it, and I got a good haircut. It was short, like shorter than I would usually do it, but it looked a little more professional. And they're like, yeah, use this, every other day, do this, and then your hair will grow back. So I'm not super optimistic about it just because I've tried other hair treatment things, but they seemed pretty set, like, yeah, this will help you. And like, I'm not one to argue with like an older person if they know what they're talking about. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But got my hair cut, did the interview yesterday, which it went okay. I was just stoked to be able to do a tour. Don't worry, since the news, we've had 20 million members join. Jeez. Yes, I recommend you a Dying Light. Yeah, I don't know what Dying Light is. I don't know if you want to explain, but I can look into it. Sounds more like my soul than anything. No, I'm kidding. Sorry about that. But yeah, did the interview, got to tour the facility. They make, like cooling units for like arenas and stuff like that. Like the things that like help make the ice for ice rinks, or, they do all the AC for like subways and stuff like that. Like basically just make all the parts for like doing like air conditioning and refrigeration. And I did a lot of that in high school, so I was like kind of stoked to be able to, one, hopefully get a job there as an engineer, to kind of combine my engineering passion and also my HVAC passion from high school. But it also was just cool to like see that end of things rather than just what I saw in high school. So I don't know, we'll see. How did I get so turned around? Here, I'll just take it out. But yeah, no, interview went well, and hopefully I'll hear something soon. And they were super nice, and very small group of guys. It was like 20 people in the entire company, so we'll see. See how she goes. Okay. There's a whole lot of dolphins here, jeez. I don't know why, I've seen a lot of videos lately about how like dolphins and like other dinosaurs evolved like similar body shapes and behaviors to modern dolphins, even though like some of them aren't considered dolphins. They look like dolphins. I don't know. I watch a lot of like animal fact videos. Usually before we fall asleep, we'll throw on a playlist that has a bunch of like Tier Zoo and Z Frank and a bunch of other related animal YouTubers and Bob Ross for some ASMR to fall asleep to. So I have a surprising wealth of animal facts. But anyways, I'm kind of rambling just because I'm not really sure what to talk about right now. We're in the middle of the ocean, but hopefully when we get back, we'll be on day 260, so I won't be a liar on Twitch. And yeah, I've been meaning to stream Skate, but I feel like it's starting to lose popularity a little bit. So I might still do that. I could even do it later today, honestly, because it's Dragon Ball Thursday for my wife and her friends, so I could technically stream later, but I don't want to use up all the bandwidth. But yeah, I don't know. Give us your favorite animal fact. My favorite animal fact. That's a good one. I don't know if I necessarily have a favorite one, but I did learn a weird one yesterday. A couple weird ones. I watched this video on naked mole rats, which are like Rufus from Kim Possible, if that's something people even still remember. So for starters, they have these like big teeth, kind of like beavers, and apparently they stick through from the outside so they can keep their mouth closed, and then they can still use their teeth to dig tunnels and not get dirt in their mouths, but their teeth stick out, so they use them like kind of like scraping like shovels and dig tunnels with them without getting dirt in their mouths. So that's cool. But the one fact I was thinking about is apparently they're cold-blooded, and it's not cold-blooded like how reptiles are. It's like slightly different. But apparently naked mole rats, their temperature is regulated by their environment, and they live underground, about a meter underground in parts of Africa. And so an adaptation they did to like, make it so they don't have to eat as often because they just can't find food while they're underground and blind, is they slow their metabolism down by having essentially cold blood, which I didn't even realize mammals could do that and still be considered mammals, but I guess because of how it does it, it's like slightly different. But yeah, apparently they are basically cold-blooded mammals. The one that everybody knows is that they're basically immune to cancer, which is awesome, and like researchers obviously do their best to figure out how they do that. But yeah, naked mole rats are very strange animals. Let's see here. All right. I'm going to dump all of our stuff back at the house. I'll have a quick snooze, and then hopefully that'll move the day counter forward a little bit, and we can start just doing normal Minecraft things. We got our new beacon, which I don't know if everyone's seen it yet, but we did make a beacon a couple episodes back. And, oh, I gotta go say hi to Gilmore. Can't forget about that. That's important. I don't even have beef on me. I have pork chops. I can feed pork chops to the dogs. Got some raw mutton, too. Yeah. What up, Gilmore? Gilmore the second. Rip. Let's go check out our copper golems, actually. I'm wondering if any of them have, like, finally started to rust a little bit. Doesn't seem like it. Not entirely sure why that is, but... because, like, even the chest is starting to. And I thought they were waxed, but I tried to, like, de-wax them, and it didn't work, so... but everything else seems to slowly getting the patina on it. Alright. Let's head back to the house. They look weathered now. Maybe they're just all weathered, and I can't tell because I'm colorblind as hell. But, yeah, let's head... we got lots of axolotls right now. I'll leave that. Let's head to bed. Make sure we feed the puppos. Got Fillmore and Billmore and their nice new dog armor from last stream. We got Maple, and then we got, our homies in here, Fred and Ted. But yeah, let's head to sleep. We'll officially hit day 260. Almost dropped my phone and smashed it on the ground. That's so close. I really need to, like, torch on top of my house or something. But, yeah, let's drop some stuff off. I actually want to keep that for a sec. Here, let me... got our Ancient Deborah. Sure. Here we go. And I want to make item frames. What happened to the past streams? I wasn't able to watch because of hell of a week. It's alright, Wembu. I've had kind of a stressful week myself. We did finally beat a wither. And we got a beacon. I'm not sure how far back we were, but yeah, I'm back to claim my spot. Well, good luck. I like the idea that all the white chickens are called Fred and all the brown ones are called Ted. I mean, half of them are probably descendants at this point, so you're not far off. But yeah, we got a beacon from beating a wither. We just got a treasure chest a couple seconds ago. Here, I'm gonna do this. There we go, just kind of our rare item / in progress wall here. Get the blue ones and they'll be called Ned. It's actually kind of a good idea. We can go looking for a blue chicken today. All the chickens are cousins. I mean, that's kind of a good idea, honestly. I might do that. Let's see here. I kind of want to make another item frame. I'll make a few item frames, actually. I want to put the, what do you call it? I want to put the smithing templates down. So, here, let me do that. There's a blue chicken since when? It got added when they added all the other new stuff, like all the other new mobs. But I'm not entirely sure which biomes they're in. But we will figure that out. Probably just by exploring, honestly. Here, let's do this. I do need to fix these stairs. That's what I'm going to do right now. That's been on my mind for, like, a while. I need to, like, actually make a staircase. Here. I'm kind of low on wood anyways. A lot of this stuff doesn't need to be in here. We do have a few new crops as well, now that I'm thinking about it. Could do something with that. Okay, so give me 1 second here. I don't want to lose this stuff. I'll do that. Toss this in here, along with that. And let's make some stairs quickly, because that's actually driving me insane. There we go. Oh. Spruce, acacia. Interesting. I thought it was the same wood. Okay. And then... hoping this works out. Oh, okay, there we go. So much better. Oh my god. Finally, after, you know, 23 episodes, I have a working staircase. Okay, it's fine. Let me just get some of this stuff out of the way. I'm actually gonna keep that on me for later. Gotta feed the puppos. There we go. Yeah, the dogs have dog armor now. That's also new. I don't know how exciting that is, but I'm behind you. Hello. Ah! Hope you're not behind me. That'd be super creepy. Let's find armor trims, because I know I had a few. Let's see here. Here's Coast. They're ready for war. I mean, you're not an engineer or anything. Yeah, really. Like, to clarify, I'm a mechanical engineering technologist, but still. Let's see here. Here's another one and another one. I'm not gonna keep... well, here, that actually needs to go back in here. I'm not gonna pull out all of them. I just need one copy of each for now. I think that might be it, though. BRB. Gonna sneak up behind me. Okay, I'm gonna go cry in a corner now. Don't cry in a corner. Cry against a wall so you have something to lean against. Jeez. I'm kidding. let's do this. Just so we can kind of keep track of which ones we have and which ones we don't. I'm pretty sure I have more than that. I just don't know where I put them. But I could have swore I had another armor trim, but maybe not. Yeah, you know what? Let's go find a different chicken. Are you gonna collect the armor trims? I mean, I'm not going out of my way to do it, but like if it happens kind of thing. You know, I have no desire really to spend all that time. But, you know, I'm not gonna throw them away if I find them. So what's up with the username of your Twitch viewer? I wasn't informed that they got freaky. Yeah, they were around a few streams back, and apparently they're back to call me daddy in chat. I don't know, that's their prerogative. What the heck? What the hell? There's so many iron golems down here. Like, they aren't stuck. They just need to, like, walk up. I don't know. Let's go find the farmer and get some food. There we go. Okay, so I'm pretty sure the blue chickens would be in an ice biome, right? Like, that kind of makes sense. So, my plan is to just grab a lead and get one. And thankfully we do have an ice biome nearby, but I was sort of debating on bringing Clip Clop with me because it'll help me cover more ground faster, but at the same time too I can just ice boat. Yeah, let's ice boat. It'll be more fun. Let me... Did I get rid of my boat? Like a dumbass? I did. So here. We'll do that. Watch, by the end of this series, it's just going to be all crafting tables, because I just always make new ones and never recycle them. They yearn for the mines. Alright, guys. Let's head over to our ice biome and see what we can come up with. I do want to get a polar bear at some point, too. That's a little trickier, and I'd want to keep it in the polar biome. I'm not going to pull a marine land and stick them in a little cage, so... I don't know if you guys are familiar with marine land. I grew up kind of near marine land, and all of their whales and stuff, they have to get rid of them, because it's now illegal to keep whales in captivity in Canada. Covering my crafting, my hardcore world and crafting tables, no shit. Deja vu. Do 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 do. But yeah, they're getting rid of all their beluga whales right now, and then all of their orcas. I think they can either let them pass away naturally, or they have to get rid of them. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not like super caught up on what's going on with that. But marine land is finally shutting down after years and years and years, which people have been protesting that place forever. For people who don't know, marine land is like a Sea World or kind of thing, where it's like they have a bunch of like ocean animals, and it's like a theme park with a bunch of rides and stuff. There's like roller coasters and stuff, but then there's you know, like whale shows where they do tricks and like dolphin tricks and stuff like that. So, you know, I went as a kid. I haven't been as an adult, but apparently it's shutting down now. Just for, you know, animal cruelty reasons, which is good. But yeah, no, they're finally making them get rid of all the belugas and stuff and releasing them to the wild, so. Ooh, an Arctic fox. We're gonna come back for you. We're kind of on a mission for chicken right now. Ooh, these wolves too. These are the Arctic variant. Neat. Do I have meat on me? I guess I do. It's bones, right? Hey, first try. Looks like we got a new puppo, guys. Wasn't the intent, but you know. Ow. Thing is I don't know. Oh, get him, puppo. I think that's the only variant I'm missing in my... Oh, look, an igloo. That's random. Ow. Well. Here, let's check out this igloo. This is kind of cool. Hopefully there's a bed inside. Hey. I think, is this one of the ones? Yeah, it does have a trapdoor. Well, shoot. It doesn't go anywhere, but it's here. I wonder if the room still spawned. Yo, unknown instinct. Yeah, I just want to dig down and see if it's here. I don't think it is, but... Yeah, because I don't even hear the zombie moaning. Am I late or is this early? This is early, actually. So my wife's work schedule changed, and she is working an hour earlier. So I'm able to start the stream an hour earlier now. Steal the potions, leave the villagers to death. We do actually have an igloo somewhere near our house that I was supposed to go back and cure the villager and just sort of never did. So that is technically something we could go do. But right now, I think we should just explore and try and find a blue chicken. And hopefully there's some eggs nearby. Again, I don't actually know if the blue chicken spawns here. Like, I'm assuming it does, right? Puppo, your tail is not high enough for me. Don't want to lose our Puppo friend right off the bat. But, like, we have the woolly pigs and cows, so... And it makes sense, right? Like, the blue chicken would be in, like, the colder biome. I just don't know if they actually spawn in, like, the Arctic. Hard to say. Like, there's lots of polar bears, which is good. That's, like, kind of one of my next goals, is to, set up that kind of thing, but... I don't know, I haven't really explored much this way, so I'm excited to see what we run into. You definitely need ice for ice highways at some point, but for now, we're just gonna kind of hang out and do our own thing. Talk with chat. Oh wow, a lot of people just showed up. Oh cool, this guy's got the copper armor. And he dropped some of it too. He gave me copper leggings. Alright, just want to make sure there's no creepers. Do you mind? Hey now, hey now. Whoa, 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 whoa. You don't touch the puppo. Get back here. Alright, I'm hoping to see a chicken at some point, but I don't see one right now. Don't think we'll end up in powdered snow, because I don't think that only spawns, like, higher up. Here's a normal chicken. I'm behind you is back. Hopefully not behind my back. The cold chickens spawn in taiga, snowy taiga, old growth, and windswept. Okay. What am I doing? Right now we're looking for the last chicken variant, but it seems like it doesn't spawn in this biome, which is fine. Just gonna avoid all these strays. Hey now. Get him, Puppo. You don't have a name yet, but we're gonna get you back home. They gave me slowness. Okay, well, spawn in taiga / snowy taiga / old growth and windswept. Okay, well, the good news is I'm pretty sure I know where a taiga biome is, and it's not far. So we should go check there first. And then, I don't know, maybe go on an adventure that way. I haven't really explored much in this file. At least not that direction, so we'll see. Have you watched the announcements about Minecraft, about the new updates? What's your thoughts about zombies having a percentage to spawn with spears? Yeah, so like I saw the updates like everyone else did. I think spears are going to be fun, and it'll give people an excuse to use horses again. I don't know. I feel like, you know, the game's been out for so long now, it's hard to come up with an original idea, and like we already have the trident, which is like very similar to a spear. So I'm glad that they at least figured out ways to do something with it and like make it at least kind of unique. I'm honestly more excited about the Nautilus than anything. That'll be really cool for exploring underwater, and it gives you water breathing, so yeah, I'm honestly more excited about the Nautilus than the zombie. But let's run back to our chicken house and drop off our new Puppo friend. I wasn't actually going to grab him, but then I realized that there's an achievement for taming all the wolf variants. And, you know, we were doing the achievements last stream. We got it through about 11 of them, I think. So, Fillmore and Billmore, meet your new friend. I'll let you guys come up with a name for it. But right now, actually no, this is perfect. I can go, and reset my spawn. Gilmore. Yeah, you know what? That kind of works because like these two are both like male names, sort of, I guess. So maybe Gilmore is the way to go. Here, let me more bills. Okay. Let's head. I believe there's a taiga biome this way. Prince Terrain? What's that from? I'm assuming it's some kind of reference. Oh, shout out to you guys for 4 likes already, too. Appreciate that. I'm streaming a little bit earlier than usual by about an hour, so I wasn't sure how this was going to go, but turns out a lot more people showed up, so that's great. That was kind of the intent. A lot of my viewers are from overseas, so they end up having to stay up super late to watch me, but I can start an hour earlier now, which is good for them. And once we have daylight savings time happen, it'll actually be an hour behind, I think. So it might even be even earlier for you guys. I don't know if the UK does that. I think that might just be a North America thing. I don't know if you guys do that or not, where you like move the clocks back an hour every season or every few seasons and then move it forward again to like give you more daylight hours during the day. They're trying to abolish it right now because now we have like digital clocks and stuff, but yeah, it was originally something to help with farmers so that they could have more daylight hours to like get their crops. But now it's like less of an issue. Not that the daylight has suddenly changed, but we're just have better timekeeping and ways to do things, more efficient ways. Okay. So I don't know which biome this is. Let's see here. Whatever. We're just going to go exploring. I don't know why that screen suddenly changed, but I'm sure there's a way to get back all the other information. I just don't really care right now. But let's go try and find one of the new chickens, because the chicken house definitely won't be complete unless we have all the chickens. Hey, 5 likes. Thanks, guys. We do have a lot of rabbits around, too. I might make a rabbit farm. I haven't had to make one of those in, like, a long time. To be honest, I think the last rabbit farm I made was during the 1.17 update stream. That was, like, years ago. Okay. Yeah, we even got regular foxes here, so we can get both fox variants as well. I'm going to definitely say that this seed is really good for getting all the different animals. It's going to be a heck of a time trying to get a chicken back, but hopefully it won't be too bad. Let's take all these berries. Start a little berry farm back at the house. You should try and find a sniffer egg next. That's tricky. I actually don't know a lot about getting those. I do see a village up ahead here, though, so maybe they'll have a chicken in the village. Yeah, I know you need to get them from trail ruins, I think, with, like, sussy gravel and sussy sand, but I haven't really done a lot of that. My wife is actually, like, super into the trail ruins. Let's check out this village. Maybe we'll get lucky. They'll just, like, have one in, like, a fenced-off area or something. Sup, homie? I was just like, the fuck? I believe they're found Sussy from warm oceans. I gotta go. Still have to work to do. Have fun with the streams. Thanks, Wembu. Thanks for checking it out. By the way, I never heard back from you in our DMs about the TikTok thing, so I don't know if that's something you were serious about or not, but I know nothing about TikTok, so let's see here. Not seeing any chickens around. I see small children. Just come back with a small child. Couldn't find a chicken, brought this instead. Okay. I don't see a chicken here, so it leads me to think that this is still the wrong biome. But hopefully we'll be able to find one. I know, like, the taiga hills is typically, like, the thicker spruce trees, so maybe we can find one of those if we head towards the ice. We got some more puppos here. Already have that variant, but so we got dark oak, got some pumpkins over here. Get some free emeralds. We actually have quite a bit of emeralds. I think when I checked, we had like 24 blocks of emeralds. Which, like, obviously isn't gonna... Ooh, pale forest. We need that for an achievement. Yeah, I have a feeling that's the right biome over there, but I just saw this pale forest, so let's go check this out. Oh yeah, definitely, we have mossy cobble, which is very indicative of a taiga biome. But let's check out this pale forest, because if I can manage to get a core from one of the trees, that would be great. I actually haven't done too much in these forests, but we can get a bunch of pale moss too. I guess we only need a little bit, but yeah, let's see. I don't think the dudes spawn during the day. Oh wow, it even changes like the sky a little bit too, eh? But hopefully we can find a core and get some resin out of it. Just need to find one that's thick enough. Maybe this one. No. Like, it's way easier to find them at night, because then you can just see the path to the creaking, right? Right now, I just kind of need to go through and break all the trees and get lucky. But I definitely don't want to be here at night, so if it comes down to it, I'm going to bail, just because I don't want to die doing this. But I will knock down a bunch of the trees. And hopefully we'll find one. Because that is an achievement that I need to get. I don't think you're looking high enough, really? I've definitely found them before. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure. At the very least, we're gonna need a bunch of pale oak. Sorry, guys, my throat is just not happy with me. I kind of need to keep those. Okay, well, it's starting to get dark. Oh, neat. The good news is I kind of know where this is, too. Like, it's basically right behind our house. So, here. I mean, I have cold apples. We should be okay. Yeah. Let's wait until it gets a little bit darker. And then maybe we'll see a creaking. And that'll give us a better indication, and we can just quickly run in and grab it and dip. At least I'm hoping that's how things play out. Let me toss a bunch of stuff in here. Yeah, we don't need that. Okay. So this should be a little bit better. I am extremely nervous because I don't like this biome. So we just need one, and thankfully my new axe has silk touch on it. Let's see here. Ooh, that's the new flower. I actually wanted these. Sweet. These are great because they're able to tell you when it's day or night, even when you're underground. Oh. Something hit me. That was weird. I definitely hear one. Okay. This is pretty sketchy, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you, but... oh. I definitely hear a creaking. I don't know where it is. Here, let's keep looking. Hopefully we just get lucky, but... this definitely wasn't why I came out here. These Endermen need to chill. Wow, there's just like a bunch of zombies here. Interesting. I could have swore I heard a creaking earlier, though. Here, maybe, with the weird spawn? Right? There's just like random floating dirt here, so... maybe it's just because this one was like a weird generation that it'll have... Like, don't get me wrong, I'm stoked to have a bunch of pale oak, but... this isn't exactly what I was hoping for. Okay, it definitely sounds like I'm getting closer to it. I did a drawing of you. Really? It's in Discord? Oh, thanks. I will definitely go check that out in a second when I'm not in amazingly high danger. Just give me 1 sec. I'm just kind of creeping along these trees. That's really weird. I could hear one, right? Like, there's gotta be one here. I don't know if it's like guaranteed that there's one, but like, oh, that was scary. Well, definitely glad I didn't just die to a creeper in the trees. Gonna just, there we go. Really glad I didn't just check Discord and get blown up by a creeper. I'm just baffled I haven't seen a creaking yet. Bro. See ya. Okay. I don't see a core, so I'm just gonna run back. The thing is I don't know if you can, because, like, I have a bunch of the saplings, right? Or, well, at least I did. So I don't know if I can actually, just, like, spawn one in that has it. I'm not sure how that works exactly. But it looks like there's more pale oak forest this way. So let's head out. We'll grab the blue chicken, and then maybe we'll run back to the house with it. And, well, I mean, we're already doing blue oak things, or pale oak things. Might as well just go do it. Here, let's go check it out. I saw another tree this way. So there must be another part of the forest. That's a creeper. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, so hopefully... Oh, jeez. Get away, germs. Okay. I don't know if it's considered daytime yet, but... The good news is it looks like there's a bunch of pale oak. Holy crap, 17 people. Hey guys. I just kind of glanced over and I was just like, do. Oh my god. I didn't think streaming an hour earlier would make that big a difference, but here we are. Okay. I'll just dismantle a few more trees, but unfortunately I'm not seeing a core anywhere. Which sucks, so we need that for the achievement. Probably just different time zones. Yeah, maybe. Either way, I'm glad you guys are all here. I appreciate you guys checking out the stream. There was no real plan for today's stream. I've been off for a couple days, but... You know? Apparently we're doing this now. I really should just, like, grab this. Yeah, we'll throw it in here. Aichi meme, I most likely be sleeping in an hour. Yeah, so that's probably it, right? Like, the problem is for me to stream to people overseas, which seems to be the majority of my audience, I'd have to start streaming at, like, 2 or 3 in the morning. My time. Which, like, I'm not against, but the problem is, like, my wife is asleep, so I can't just, like, do that and, like, yell and play on stream, and then all of a sudden she's gonna wake up and have a bad day at work, which isn't fair to her. So, you know, this isn't my main job or source of income or anything, so... Here. I feel weird leaving all the pale oak everywhere. It's like, it is still wood. That's fair. Right, I need to check out your fan art. Give me one sec. Yeah, so that's the pale forest we were in. And then I guess this is just like a little patch of it. But the good news is those trees to my right there are what we're looking for the blue chicken. So just give me 1 sec. If you guys haven't already joined the Discord, the link is pinned at the top of the chat in both Twitch and YouTube. So if that's something that interests you, feel free to join. It's completely free. Oh, there's another pale forest that way. Interesting. Okay. Discord. Let's take a look. Usually I turn off Discord. But, oh, we got some people joining. Tobler joined the Discord. Such a cool guy. Ignore the white square. Thank you for the fan art. Aren't those supposed to be a rare biome? Yeah, they are. And there's 3 of them here, so can't be that rare. I'm behind you. I'm Tobler. Okay. I'm assuming that's a nickname for Toby, but could be wrong. I've actually always really liked that name, Toby. That's Tubbo, I think, from Minecraft, like the Dream SMP and stuff. I think his name is Toby. Yeah, I don't think I've said my real name on stream yet, but it's a big mystery for Baking Kink to figure out. Alright, we actually do need mossy cobble, so I'm gonna try and grab as much as I can. You know what I'll do? Here, really that counts as a different flower? Let's grab a shulker. So we can... There we go. And we'll get Silk Boy. Harshrad and Davy. Hey bro, what's the goal? Basically right now we're just hanging out. We're looking for a blue chicken. So not these guys. But we have the other 2 chicken variants. So right now we're just kind of vibing and talking with chat, hanging out with people, getting likes on the stream. Thanks for the 6th like. And yeah, we're just hanging out. We are looking for one of the blue chickens and hopefully a bunch of the eggs, but since we haven't even seen the chicken yet, I'm just hoping for the chicken. And then we can bring it back to the chicken house. But, you know, I've said it before on stream, guys, but shout out to you guys. Like, my goal for likes, can I see your full skin for a sec? You can. Give me 1 second if you're going to be doing fan art for it. Yeah, that's fine. I'll just use cobble. I just don't want to get blown up by a creeper or something stupid. Let me do... I don't need sugarcane. Yeah, that's my skin. If you need a reference, look up Stein from the anime Soul Eater. That's sort of what I based it on. But make sure to put the armor back on. My boots are actually about to break, so I'm going to put on my good ones. But yeah, no, we're vibing, we're hanging out, talking with chat. If you guys have anything interesting to talk about, by all means, you know, chat and just hang out and vibe. And yeah, just looking for some blue chickens, and then we're probably gonna go check out that other pale forest. But my inventory is getting a little full. Thankfully, we have shulkers that I can just dump all my stuff into if I don't feel like making the trip back quite yet. And I'm grabbing a bunch of mossy cobble to make our paths look cooler. Because we do have a bunch of custom-made paths in our village, but I only have mossy cobble in the part near the house because I just didn't have a lot of it. But yeah, we're just hanging out. Shout out to everybody watching the stream right now. This is actually probably one of the bigger streams I've had in a while, and it's only 10 after 11. Usually I don't start streaming until or 10 after 11. It's 10 after 8. I usually don't start streaming until 8, so by that logic, it's, 17 people and I'm 10 minutes in technically. The sun actually just came up. All right. So I think the thicker trees were getting closer to this direction. Because I think the thick trees spawn with the mossy cobble, if I remember correctly. So hopefully we can find our new chicken friend. And hopefully you guys are having an okay day. My day just kind of started, so hard to say, but I am waiting back for a response if I'm getting a second interview, so that's cool. Getting my engineer on. But I'm not seeing any chickens anywhere. Part of me wants to turn on hitboxes, but I feel like that's kind of cheaty. I mean, I am just looking for a chicken, but still. You know what I mean. You guys know. You guys are cool. You're all subscribed. You're all following on Twitch. You're all subscribed on YouTube. You're following the Discord. Okay. I actually have a lot of this cobblestone now, which is great. I'm just shocked we haven't seen a single chicken. I know it's kind of a weird biome for it, but apparently they're here. Hopefully I don't fall off a cliff and die. Let's see here. Yeah, this is probably more where we're gonna find them, is down here. Lots of mushrooms. Okay. Don't worry, we do have compasses to get back home, so I'm not worried about getting lost. It's more of a game of survival at this point. If anyone was concerned. But yeah, I'm not seeing any chickens anywhere. I feel like it's one of those things where it's like, oh, is that another wolf variant too? I think it is. Do I have bones? I have a couple. Here, as much as I don't want to do it like that. No, come back. Dang. Alright, I mean, it is almost nighttime. I can just fight a bunch of skeletons. And it looks like there's a lava pool over there. Yeah, let's try and find some skeletons and maybe get the new dog variant. But we'll keep on looking for chickens in the meantime. Sorry. Helmet, oh no, my car is saying tire pressure low. Okay. Sorry, my wife was just texting me her car saying tire pressure low, but it's also the coldest day we've had this year. So it's probably just the cold weather, Things compress when they're cold, so it's likely from that. But she's kind of worried. Alright. I'm just shocked. Like, apparently there are chickens in this biome, but I haven't seen a single one. Oh, there's a skeleton. Oh yeah, I have looting on this sword. Great. So hopefully I won't have to go too far away from that pack of dogs. And we can... There we go, just crit him out. Oh my god. Stay away. Germs. You know, 5 feet. Okay. Chickens. Can't find any chickens. Let's see here. Oh, someone's shooting me. Look at this dude. Oh, there's a bunch of skeletons. Great. Love how I took no hearts from that. And hey, we got 20 bones, so should be able to find another dog. So here, we'll cycle around this way. I do see some mobs over here, so some non-hostile ones. My guy. Let's see. Some creepers. Got this dude. Here, let's just run this way. There's a bunch of skeletons and creepers. Jeez. Should use them to try and get Oh, okay. This became way more dangerous than I wanted it to be. Just gonna avoid that. Oh, I heard a chicken. I found one. Shoot. Okay. Mission chick possible. Oh, there's 2 of them. Great. Okay. We found the blue chickens. I need to grab my lead, but I also don't want to die. Really? I only have 1 lead on me? What happened to all my leads? Ugh. Alright. We got a blue chicken. We just need to make it back to the house now. Which is not the direction I thought it was. Okay. This is not a drill. Kill spider. Make more. Okay. This is gonna be a bit of a mission, isn't it? I was hoping to see more chicken eggs. You get out of here. Come on, chicken friend. Chicken friend, get in the water. Okay, where is my boat? We're just gonna do a quick little detour. Crap, I really wanted those wolves too. Okay, well, whatever. We will circle around this way. And hopefully find a better pathway back home. We're not too far from home, if you can believe it. But unfortunately, the terrain to get there isn't great. just trying to get as close as I can right now. Oh, there's one of the dogs. Come on, Puppo. I mean, I have like 30 plus bones, so I'd be shocked if I didn't get it. There we go. Okay, that'll keep us a little bit safer. So let's head this direction and hopefully we can make it home. Alright, come on guys, we can do this. We're expanding the family. I want to put seeds in my offhand to help, but I'm worried about not having a shield. Oh. Sick 'em, Puppo. Okay. Don't you dare shoot my chicken. Oh! No! No! He actually shot the chicken. Are you kidding? Are you kidding right now? Where were you? My guy. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. My dude. What happened? Like, thanks for trying to keep me safe, but like... Time to get the next one. Yeah, you're right. Oh. Like, at least I kind of know where they are, but... That's annoying. Come on, Puppo friend. I don't know where you went, but... There he is. Alright, back to the drawing board, I guess. At least I know where they are. Like, approximately. I can't believe that just happened. He sniped the chicken. I'm shocked he even attacked at all because he was being attacked by my dog. Ugh. Alright, blue chicken, where are you? Believe it was around here. That's so dumb. Oh, there's a chicken egg. There they are. Alright, first things first, we're grabbing this egg. There's a bit of insurance. Yeah, we don't need that. The timing on that was kind of perfect. Yeah, no kidding. Here. Alright, contestant number 2. Oh, come on. My guy. There. Don't kill my chicken, thunk. Yeah, no kidding. Alright. Let's go this direction. It might be a little bit safer. Come on, you're still here. Of course, now we find a bunch of them. I just saw another one. They look like they have a hairdo. Yeah, they kind of do, eh? Off the back here, it's like all slicked back. Just a chicken named Slickback. Shout out to the show The Boondocks. I wish that show was still on the air. That show is hilarious. I actually found out recently what happened with that show. I guess in the last season, when everything was like weird and didn't make any sense, is because the original writer of the show, I guess he like sold his rights to the Boondocks to like whoever was making the TV show, and then they fired him. And they tried to replace like all the staff because all the voice actors were only there because the creator was the one doing it. And then after the last season, like everybody stopped watching it because the new writer just like didn't know what the hell they were doing. And the show just kind of like folded. And then the guy who voiced Granddad, I can't remember his name, but he's a very famous actor. He passed away a few years ago. But his son is also a voice actor and offered to take over the role as Granddad. And he went in, auditioned for it because they're going to try and revive the series. And then they just went like, yeah, we'll be in touch. And then just like never contacted him again. Even though like he knew the voice and everything. Very weird. Hey, Kerp. Kerp is here hanging out. Kerp, good news. We got a new chicken friend and we got a couple of new puppos. So we're expanding the pet family. So hopefully we can get everybody back home safe. We are about to enter the ice biome, which is way easier to traverse, so we're just going to stay away from that lava. Giorgi Leopertolini, hey! How's it going? Thanks for coming to hang out. Yeah, I haven't streamed in a couple days because I've been busy with job interview stuff, but that's all over now, so I can get back to a more regular schedule. And by more regular, I mean I am starting an hour earlier now. So I'm going to start trying to do the streams at 7 a.m. EST. Oh, he laid an egg. Good for him. Or her, I guess. I don't know. Mobs in Minecraft are meant to be unisex, so yeah, I think that's actually our igloo right there. So we shouldn't be too far from home. Unfortunately, our chicken friend is making a break for it. But yeah, no, I'm starting to stream an hour earlier now, so everybody who is, you know, not in North America won't have to stay up as late to catch the stream. Minecraft mobs are LGBTQ icons. I mean, I wouldn't go that far, but I don't know how the LGBTQ plus whatever community feels about Minecraft. I didn't think they'd have like an actual opinion on that. Yeah, and like full disclosure, like, you know, I don't care if you're black, white, purple, green, you know, whatever gender orientation or whatever, as long as you're not a bad person, you're fine in my books. So just so we're upfront and clear about that. As long as you're not hurting anybody, I really don't care. If you're happy and you're not hurting anybody, then go for it. If you're hurting other people, then that's kind of a different story. But if you're just, you know, living your life and trying to be happy, then how can anybody be mad at that? It's just stupid. A lot of them play Minecraft, so I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, that's fair. I know Finster was originally a Minecraft YouTuber, and now they're more of a live streamer, but among other things. But you know, Okay, great. That I think is the abandoned village. Yeah, it is. So we're basically back on the property. And for all the new people here, I guess this is kind of a good time to do a quick little tour. We're kind of starting at the back of the base though, but that's okay. So let me just get over here and be safe. And I can kind of show you what we've been messing with. Okay, so for everybody who's new, I'm going to do this quickly because I've done this a bunch of times on stream. This is the abandoned village that we resurrected all the villagers and kind of fixed up. You can still see some of the cobwebs there. Here's our camels and armadillos, which are a semi-recent addition. But yeah, we cleaned up the village a little bit, did a few repairs. It's mostly leather workers just because there's a bunch of cauldrons here. But as you can see, the village is booming. If we head across our fancy bridge here, we will head into our main village, which this village didn't exist before. This is all 100% like made on stream, so if you guys want to get caught up and see how all that went down, by all means. We got our bee farm here with a bunch of our flowering azalea trees. We have a bunch of mangrove going across the river here, which is sick. We have our turtle rehab center, which is a huge success. We have over 50 turtles now, easily. If we head this way, our rehab center is kind of like an apartment. We have the cartographer's house here, which this map isn't fully updated yet, but I'll just kind of poke in to kind of show you. So this is the abandoned village here, and that's the bridge we just came across. That's all the ice and snow we were in. And so now we're in this part of the village, and later we're going to be moving on to where the house is up here. But yeah, this is Target for all of your stick selling needs. This is the librarian's house, you know, gets your mending and other basic enchantments. This is nice, but I expected more from a 263-day world. Yes and no. You know, a couple streams were just kind of chill streams. We do have a trial chamber over where the cherry blossom is there, so we did that a few times. Keep in mind, like, all of this wasn't here before. Like, all these buildings, I know some of them look like they belong in a village because I moved a few of them from a different village, like this one, for example. But there are a few houses where we did build them ourselves. So, for example, this one was moved over, but then the attached duplex was created by us. We have the blacksmith right here, which was 100% created by us. We just kind of recreated it. We got our fountain. We have our community center with... Hopefully he's here. Yep, there he is. This is Carl the Jarl. So he's kind of like the mayor of our town. Anybody who plays Skyrim will know what a Jarl is, but they're basically just like a... Not quite a king, but they just own a large amount of land, and they're kind of like a mayor, sort of. Same with this house we moved from another village. We can head down this way, where we have our farmhouse, which we also stole from the village. And we have Lightning McQueen and Clip Clop, our horse. These are actually the new shelves from the new update. They make great railings for bridges. Eventually this will be a drawbridge that works with redstone and like kind of extends and retracts, but I haven't quite gotten there yet. But actually, let's go this way. It'll be a little bit more entertaining. Just trying not to lose the chicken. If we head up over here, we have one of the newer additions that we've been sort of working on, a clock tower here. I didn't know that they were shelves now. Yeah, no, there's shelves now. Where did the chicken go? Hello? Oh, there he is. Yeah, no, the shelves are actually great. You can swap out your hotbar really fast with them. But yeah, that village over there is actually where we stole a bunch of the buildings from. We're trying to eventually connect them all into like one big village. Let me just get rid of the trespasser. This will make a little bit better eventually, but this is the dragon egg from when we beat the Ender Dragon. Yeah, I thought the chicken died too. We have our fancy new beacon from a couple streams ago where we fought a wither, and that fight actually ended up being way easier than I thought it was going to be. So there might be another wither fight in the future. We got Gilmore the Third flying around up there. And just quickly from here, we have a bunch of trees. We got the beacon. We got sheep. We got our sugarcane, pumpkin, melon, and wheat farm. We have cows. We have our copper golem testing area over there with all the new stuff from the new update. So we have our nether portal, which honestly could use some work. What happened to Gilmore 1 and 2? I will show you in a second. This is Cluck Cluck Manor, as I've been calling it, but it is our chicken house. So let's head inside. And, oh. Sorry, homie. There we go. You're home. Congrats. So we have our newest dog, which we got this stream, along with this one. We have Fillmore and Billmore with the dog armor. We also have Maple. Sorry, I have ads. I can't hear you. Oh, that's okay. So we have, yeah, Fillmore, Billmore, and Maple. And Fred and Ted and their many relatives are in here. Which I do need to figure out how to get this chicken in here. So hopefully this isn't too complicated. We'll just kind of toss this in here. But yeah, we have Billmore, Fillmore, Maple, and our two new dogs we just got today, which don't have names yet. I just want to get this chicken. Do I have, like, seeds somewhere? I must, right? Yeah, that'll work. So, let's get this dude. Oh, he laid another egg. Nice. Yeah, let's get this one. Can one dog be Terrian? I mean, it doesn't really go with the naming convention, but we kind of have an Ilmore thing going on. Okay. How am I to do this? This is gonna be... Well, here, I can actually throw all these. Hey, we got a baby one. That's great. You guys need to get back in here. There's a lot more eggs in here than I thought. I guess we're just throwing all these eggs. We've got Gilmore, Billmore, and Fillmore. And yeah, Gilmore was suggested, so... There. I believe I got them all. Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, Fred and Ted are in there somewhere. Let me see here. Just kind of giving myself some inventory for a sec. Bear with me. Pillmore. Here, we'll toss that back on. And toss all these in here. Dillmore, yep, Gilmore, Dillmore. Right, I have all the pale oak in here too. Let's throw all the pale oak stuff in one spot. Yeah. Pale oak leaves. And I gotta repair the chest here. There we go. And mossy cobble can go in here, I guess. Just throwing out some stuff. Bear with me here. I even can feed my puppos. Just don't want them breeding, so... There we go. There, everybody's fed. Killmore, that's the dog you take fighting. Yeah, Killmore. Okay. Oh yeah, we have a copper armor now too, don't we? Toss that in here. Okay. As for your question about what happened to the first couple Gilmores, oh yeah, we have a axolotl pond here as well. So the first Gilmore was in the first hardcore series, and unfortunately we died. But Gilmore the second helped us get Cherry Blossom for the first time, and then got shot by a skeleton. So this is Gilmore the second's grave. Just for a bit of lore that people may not know about, but the reason it's called Gilmore is because we had recently watched Happy Gilmore, the second one, and you know, it was right around when I had that file, and we decided to name the Happy Ghast after Happy Gilmore. My guy. Oh, he died to my thorns. I was like, what happened? I'm not gonna lie, I like the first movie better. Yeah, the first one's kind of a classic, right? But like the second one wasn't like bad. It was just different. I enjoyed the second one. But yeah, that's basically it. Our nether, we have a bunch of nether fortresses and a couple bastions. And oh, I didn't show off the iron farm, which I actually kind of want to go check right now. We did make an automatic iron farm because my storage needs hoppers. So, unfortunately, hoppers are 5 iron each. But let's take a peek. And yeah, we're not doing too bad. Got lots of poppies, which are great for breeding all our bees. But just let this guy expire. There we go. And then get our iron in here. We got our villagers and our zombie. And yeah, this is our little village. The village itself doesn't have a name, but the plan essentially is to combine the abandoned village, this village, and the one we started with into like one giant village, which it's pretty close. Like this village and the abandoned village are like more or less connected with the bridge. I just want to throw a couple things in the water to make it seem more like one giant thing. And then yeah, we need to work on getting the other village attached, which it's pretty close. Like there is a path, but nothing too crazy. But yeah. Obviously, like I do know how to make like different redstone machines and TNT bombers and whatnot, but it's just not like what I'm doing with this file yet. So far, we're just kind of getting established. We already beat the dragon. Definitely still need to resurrect the dragon because I want to get Dragon's Breath and get the achievement for spying at it with a spyglass. But yeah, that's basically it. I am going to need a bunch of name tags, so it doesn't hurt to grab all these melons so we can get some more emeralds. There we go. But yeah, no, we're just, I mean, I did also like the second one, but not as much. Yeah, I don't know. The second Happy Gilmore movie was more of a, like, I don't know. He had his whole, like, he had his daughters in it, like Adam Sandler's, like, actual daughters were in it, and his wife is in all of his extra movies, and I don't know. It was just good old family fun. Okay. Here's the thing. I kind of want to go back and get a pale oak core. So I think what we should do is head back out that direction. And I should be able to find it again. It wasn't too hard to find. And this time I'm probably going to bring a bed with me. Just because that was kind of a pain last time. There we go. But yeah, I'll leave the dogs here just to kind of keep them safe because we don't want to lose them. There's a Gilmore the Third up there, chilling. I'm really glad they don't wander too far away from where they initially spawn in. That's like a good feature. But yeah, we'll head this direction just because this is the other village. So if anyone wants to see what we're dealing with. But the path kind of heads out this direction and then stops just short of the village. We haven't quite figured out like an actual pathway yet. But this was the village that we used initially to get our first few villagers and stole a few of the buildings for the other village over there just to kind of get things more established. In all honesty, this village kind of sucks, but it's better than no village. But yeah, let's head this direction. You can already see some of the spruce here from before. And I'm hoping we can go to that other pale forest and sleep before we run in there. And hopefully find a core. Although, to be fair, if I don't sleep, it'll be a lot easier to find because I can see the little trail from the creaking. But yeah, let's head out. Shout out to all you guys sticking around, eh? We've had like 16, 17 people this entire stream, which is pretty crazy. So, shout out to you guys getting my watch time up. I never know if I should do like, because like, you know, there's like YouTubers who, like yell and scream and stuff like that, and then there's like more chill YouTubers that are like kind of ASMR-ish, you know, where they're like, you know, deep voice like this and talk all quiet and just keep the vibe nice and quiet like Bob Ross. Just a nice little chill stream. Or to be loud and yelling and like be crazy. I never know like which is better. I think younger kids kind of like the yelling and screaming a little bit more. It's more chaotic and funny, but hard to say. Did I ever get my lead back? I did. Oh god damn it, there's chickens right here. Oh well. There's even a couple eggs. God damn it. Yeah, like I would say my stream is more chill, but sometimes topics get weird in the chat and people want to talk about feet and shit, so I don't know what happened to that one account that was here earlier, the Daddy Stein fan club, but just give me 1 sec. I'm gonna take a sip. I haven't had a drink this entire stream, and it's just been sitting beside me getting warm. Get that Diet Pepsi in me. Breakfast of Champions. All right. So I believe that pale forest was out that way. Here we go. The fans you have like this vibe, so there's no reason to change. Yeah, no, like I'm not gonna put on an act. Like I'm trying to be as genuinely myself as I possibly can. Obviously when you're talking to like a group or an audience, it's, you know, it's hard not to put on an act, but I feel like I do a pretty good job of just like acting like how I would in real life. You know, I'm not trying to put on any kind of act or anything. It's just, this is how I am in real life. And I think most people who know me in real life would probably agree. Actually, one of my siblings, their spouse watches a lot of streamers, and like, oh, like, you know, tell me what Stein's like stream is and I'll watch it and whatever, but like I don't know if I really want my family, and like not like my wife, like she can tune in whenever she wants, but she's at work, so it's kind of hard for her. But I don't know if I really want my like siblings and like mom and stuff to like come in and see me streaming. I feel like it'd make me a little more self-conscious and like I won't speak how I want to speak sort of thing. I'll like start censoring myself and like saying things that or like not saying things that I normally would if they weren't here. So, I don't know. It's sort of a weird thing being a streamer, I've noticed. It is a lot of fun though. I will admit, just like meeting new people from around the world. Like we've had a lot of people from New Zealand and Bangladesh and Italy a couple times, and so it's really cool seeing like all these different cultures because like I haven't really traveled much. I didn't grow up with a lot of money and I never had a passport, so unfortunately I haven't really gotten to like see the world like most people have. So it's neat learning about people's different cultures and just talking to people from different places and that sort of thing. I'm Australia. There you go. Like Australia's like sick. I've mentioned it before, but I skateboard, so Australia is definitely one of those places where skateboarding is huge just because they have the weather for it. I'm half Filipino, half Pakistani, but I'm raised in Hong Kong. Wow, that's really interesting. I actually have a half sister who lives in Japan, which I know isn't Hong Kong, but still. You know, I have family out in all kinds of the world. It's weird because my family's so big. I have like a few people from like different places that have like married into the family. But my wife's family, they're mostly Dutch, which was like one of the few things my family wasn't. So now that we're married, it's like, oh well, kind of filling in the Where's Waldo of where's my family from. Just like I have like every single location around the world. I have like a sister in Japan. I have my wife's family in, you know, the Netherlands and stuff. And she has a few people in Australia too. Your stream is real laggy for me. Yeah, I'm not really sure how to help with that. I don't know if that's my end. Like, I don't think anyone else is really complaining about the lag, but not that you're complaining. Like, you're valid if it's laggy for you, but just so everyone else knows too, I do reduce the ads on my stream a little bit. You can tell YouTube like how frequently you want ads shown, so I have mine set to low. I think it's the stream. Hopefully not. Like it seems fine on my end, but you guys are also on the other side of the planet, so it could be a little bit mixed in. You know, traveling across the entire globe, it could be a little bit laggy. It's not lagging for me. Yeah, so I don't know. I have a feeling just because we're streaming to so many different places around the world, it's kind of hard to keep the internet signal strong when it has to literally bounce to the other side of the planet. So unfortunately, I don't know if there's much I can really do about that on my end. I have it set up so that I'm streaming at like the lowest possible setting because I'm streaming on a laptop. So if it's not working, then unless I get a better computer or stronger internet, that's just nothing I can really do about it. But on the flip side of that is if I do get this job I've been interviewing for, I will have income again. So I can start doing like giveaways or, you know, upgrade my internet plan or, you know, something. Sir. Okay. So this is where things get kind of spooky. Oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Sorry, I got real quiet. Okay, so it's the tree directly beside me, it looks like. Oh, yep, there it is. This is real sketchy, so give me one sec, guys. Okay, so that had silk touch, so... Did I get it? I got a bunch of resin clumps. I see the question because I was drawing. We do need a passport because it's a different country. I see. Bruh, ads. Yeah. Yeah, sorry. I did reduce the amount of ads, so at least you're not getting as many. You know, unfortunately, YouTube controls the site, so they can kind of, even if I say, hey, don't put any ads at all, they can still put ads on my videos. It's just kind of how that works because, you know, YouTube owns the website. But hopefully it's not too bad for you guys. Oh, Creaking Heart, I did get it. All right, we can bail, I guess. Right? Like, I don't really have any other reason to be here. Let's get out of here. Just kind of Scooby-Doo my way out of here and just not die to anything, and it's all just going to work out the way it's supposed to. Just going to pre-gapple. And... okay. That went surprisingly well. I was just curious. I couldn't remember if you could kill the Creakings or not. That's why I was smacking at them, but looks like we are okay. Yeah, here in Canada. Oh, 7 likes. Thanks for the likes, guys. I appreciate that. It really does help out the stream. We usually average about 4, so we're at 7 today, so we're doing pretty good. That being said, in Canada, you can fly across the country without a passport, which is nice. You can basically fly to any of the provinces without a passport. But, you know, it still costs money to hop on a plane. I actually went on a plane for the first time this year for my honeymoon. We went to Mexico, and that was a great time. It was a lot of fun. We stayed on a resort just to kind of be safe. My wife actually had a broken leg at the quality time with her. But yeah, it was really cool going to a different country and seeing just like how things are different for other people. I did just see my stream go down for half a second, so not really sure what's up with that. So you guys might be right about the lag thing. But hopefully that was just a temporary hiccup. But yeah, we went to Mexico. We stayed on this resort, got to touch the ocean for the first time, but unfortunately we couldn't swim in it because there was so much so much seaweed in the water that it like stank. Like if you got close to the water, it smelled so bad. And they had this like crew of guys who were out there like shoveling it into the back of a truck and moving it. And then they also had this like weird conveyor belt machine thing that's meant to like pull it out of the ocean. And it just was not working. Like there was so much of it because it was so windy. Kind of lagging, but fine. Yeah, sorry guys. I don't know how to fix that for you other than just have better internet. But yeah, I got to like, you know, on the last day I went out and just kind of snuck over and stuck my feet in the ocean and went, yeah, see, I touched the ocean for the first time. So that was cool. Lots and lots of drinks. There was like swim up bars in the pool, so you could like hop in the pool and go over. And I was getting like blue slushy drinks with a bunch of alcohol in them. And you know, blue slushy is great, so I was like having blue slushies, getting trashed, hanging out with my new wife. Got a bunch of pictures taken. They had this guy with a camera who was just like wandering around taking pictures of couples, and you know, kind of snagged us into it. And it was a little expensive to get the pictures back at the end, but it was totally worth it. Um, but yeah, no, Mexico was great. Everything was super cheap. Like we brought like, because like we have Canadian currency, right? And down there, it's more appropriate to use like American currency. So we got like $300 in like US money, which is, you know, not a small amount. I think it was like almost $400 Canadian, you know, like somewhere in between $300 and $400. So we brought all that, and I think maybe for the entire week we were there, I spent like $20 between the two of us, because like all the drinks on the resort are included in your like resort package, so you just have to spend money on tips, and that was about it. So yeah, like through the whole week, like we spent like maybe $20-$30 in tips. And then there was like buffets everywhere too, so you just got to like go down whenever you're hungry, and there was just like fresh food just chilling. Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. I'm trying to think of like what else we did. There was lots of cool animals too. You had these things. I think they're called. I don't remember the name. It's like Bigodi or something like that. But they're essentially like giant guinea pigs that were just like wandering around the resort, and they're like basically the size of like cats, maybe a little bigger. And they're super chill, and they come like right up to your table and just like hang out and sleep. And they almost kind of look like capybaras, if you know what those are, but they're like mini ones. But yeah, no, they were super cool. There was a bunch of cool birds, and there was iguanas everywhere. So there was just like lizards running around the resort, which I don't know if that's like normal for you guys to see lizards, but up here in Canada, you don't typically see too many lizards wandering around. Not that we don't have any, like we have salamanders and stuff in like wooded areas, but, and like we do have like some snakes. Oh, there's just a piece of glass here. But yeah, just to see like iguanas just like hanging out like nobody's business. And like we had crepes that had bananas on us. We had to like throw our pieces of bananas at the iguanas and watch them eat them. So that was fun. We have plenty of snakes over here. Yeah, for sure. Australia's wildlife, man, is so crazy. Like, you guys have some of the weirdest wildlife ever. Yeah, Canada's wildlife is weird to like people who have never been to North America. Like I saw a video recently of people like from, I think it was from England, and they were filming raccoons, which I didn't like ever think like, oh, like raccoons are like rare because I see them like, all the time. But to people who don't naturally have them, it's like, yeah, no, like they're cool to look at. They're like little bandits. So I was like, oh yeah, I guess so. So just seeing people like, oh my god, look at the raccoons, they're so cool. And I'm just like, I don't know, I see like 10 of them on the way to work usually. They're just like lying on the road dead. New drawing, by the way. Oh, well, good time to check because I am safe in the house. So anybody who wants to check out the Discord, W stream, thank you. You are the second person to do fan art, so that's great. But yeah, no, like the weird thing about raccoons, right, is so they only live to be about like 1 or 2 years old, like on average, but they actually have a lifespan of about like 22 years. And the reason being is because they just like are not aware of traffic like at all. Like they're worse than deers, where like they just like walk out in the middle of the road and just don't know better. And so you just see dead raccoons like everywhere. But they also breed really fast too, so it's like in the spring especially you see like a bunch of baby raccoons just like wandering around. And then Here we go. There. Yeah, hey, by the way, what's your Discord, Instagram? Kindly type it in the chat. It is in the pinned comment at the top of the screen. So, if you want to join the Discord, you can. I think I posted it on Twitch and YouTube. I'll double check that, but I'm pretty sure it's in the Twitch chat. I don't see it. I thought I pinned it. Pin this message. There we go. Manually on. Oh, it unpinned after 20 minutes. I didn't set it. There we go. You guys should be good to go. So it is in the Twitch chat now. I had to play 8 meters golf within. I had to play golf within 8 meters of a kangaroo. Scary if they don't do harm. Yeah, no, I've only ever seen kangaroos in zoos, but I've definitely seen videos of kangaroos like messing people up. So careful of that. I mean, you would probably know better than me. You live near them. Actually, a cousin of my wife, she's in Australia right now doing like ocean research for her degree, and we FaceTimed her a few weeks back, so it was kind of cool to see. I would love to go to Australia. Australia is cool. Like, my bucket list place I want to go is Paris, because I've always wanted to do a kickflip underneath the Eiffel Tower. But yeah. Most animals are okay as long as you don't scare them. Yeah, well, like, in Australia, like, you guys have, like, huntsman spiders, right? Like, they look terrifying, but they're, like, basically harmless. But you also have, like, a lot of venomous snakes and venomous insects and stuff that other places just don't deal with. Like, jack jumpers and stuff. Like, those things are, like, Canada, we don't have to worry about that. Like, we have, like, black widow spiders in some places, but not where I live. And, like, black widows are dangerous. Like, they tend to hide in shoes, unfortunately. But the odds of getting, like, finding one, let alone getting bit by one, is, like, very, very low compared to, like, stuff in Australia. My mom kicked a log last week and got bit by a snake, but it was only a dry bite. Yeah, most snakes, they don't want to waste their venom, right? Because it takes a lot of, like, calories and stuff to make more venom. So if they nip at you, there's a good chance they didn't inject unless you, like, scared them. In Canada, we don't really check our shoes and boots before putting them on. Yeah, and that's sort of the problem, right? Is, like, we don't check it because it's just so uncommon. And then there's that one time where, you know, you just, you know, scare a bug and there you go. You can get bit and you end up in the hospital. Like, I don't know anyone personally who has been bit by a black widow. Like, around here we have just, like, daddy long leg spiders, just, like, normal house spiders, and then occasionally we have wolf spiders, which are, like, a little bit bigger. But even wolf spiders, if they bite you, like, it's not deadly, I'm pretty sure. It's just, like, kind of gets puffy for a little bit, and that's it. We can't leave our shoes outside, especially where I live on a farm. Oh, yeah, on a farm, for sure. Yeah, no, in Australia, you can't leave your shoes out. Like, we don't leave them outside either. It's just, like, you know, bugs get in the house, so they find a nice, cool, dark place inside a shoe, and they're just like, hell yeah, this is my house now. And then you got to put your shoe on, and they're like, get out of my house, and they bite you, and you're, you know. Okay, where are we at for stream? 2 hours in? We can go a little bit longer. I'm having kind of a chill day today. I've had such a stressful week worrying about this interview that I wanted to have kind of a chill day, but at the same time, too, I kind of have dishes to do, which that I'm going to do, but I don't have any scrub brushes for the dishes, so I have to, like, go do groceries, get scrub brushes, come back, do the dishes, and, like, it's like, for me to relax, I need to, like, do more stuff. The only thing that's awesome about it, though, is with my wife's new hours, she gets home a little bit earlier. So, get to spend time with her, which is always one of my favorite things to do. So, if not my favorite thing to do. Like, I'm not a big movie person. I don't like watching long movies, even though I can watch, like, a YouTube series for hours. But One of my favorite things, honestly, is just to like cuddle and just like watch stuff. Like just in general, that's one of my favorite things to do. It's just so like calming and relaxing. You get to like block out the rest of the world and just like chill. In Australia, last year we had baby snakes in our house. I was so scared because they can't control their venom. Yeah, that would be scary. We do have snakes in Canada, but they're not typically venomous. One thing too is we do so daddy longlegs spiders are pretty common, and a lot of people don't know this, but daddy longlegs do have venom, and it is actually harmful to humans. But the thing is daddy longleg fangs are so tiny that if they try to bite a human, they can't break through our skin because it's just too thick. So even if they do bite you and inject their venom, like you're totally fine because it just doesn't break into your bloodstream. But they are technically dangerous if you were to like get a concentration of their venom and like inject it. Look at this dude. Come on. There he goes. Did you know that they eat other poisonous spiders? I did not. That is good to know, though. Another thing, too, is poisonous versus venomous. I know most people know the difference, and I'm probably just rambling for the sake of rambling, but venom is injected, poison is ingested, typically. So, like, if it's venom, that means, like, a fang or a barb or something, like, poked you and injected it into your blood. That's venom. And then poison is, like, for example, like, poison dart frogs on their skin. That's, like, if you touch their skin or, like, lick them or something, that's poison. So, it's just venom is injected. Poison is just, like, touches you. So, it's kind of hard to say which is worse. It kind of depends on the animal and what the toxin is, but you know, you'd think I'd be like a biologist or something with the amount of like animal knowledge I have, but it's more just something I enjoy learning about. I didn't get to take biology classes in high school because I was trying to become a mechanical engineer. So all my classes were like math and physics and chemistry, and biology didn't really come up. Yeah, like I don't really know much about animals in the desert, which a lot of people would be surprised there actually is quite a lot of animals in the desert. They just hide during the day. A lot of them are nocturnal, but there's like tortoises and certain kinds of frogs and spiders and snakes and a few mammals here and there, but okay. Okay, we got 2 new dogs, we got a chicken. We could go back and get a fox. I just don't know where I would put it. I kind of want to stick it in here with the copper golems, but I don't want to leave them like leaded to a fence post. That seems kind of mean. Oh yeah, they are starting to weather a little bit. Okay. It's just taking a long ass time. Yeah, because like these ones aren't weathered yet, but these definitely are. Interesting. Okay. I don't know. Do you guys have any suggestions as to what I can do? I can go to the trial chamber. Is one named Dinnerbone? Yeah. We were trying to see if, because sometimes the reason the iron golems are in there, it's not for protection. It's because, you know how they give out poppies sometimes to villagers? I guess they'll also do that to the copper golems. And what they'll do is they'll put the flower on their little head here. So we were curious if we named one Dinnerbone and made it upside down, if the flower would like stick to its feet or if it would go into the ground. Hard to say. Oh, and for anyone who hasn't seen the shelves, so this one has redstone power. If it doesn't have redstone power, it has like the little lines going through it. But this is what it does. It starts from like this position on your inventory, so 9, and it fills this out if you right click it. So if I start here, it won't, oh, maybe it does. But yeah, you can like swap your inventory really quickly like that, and then you just right click and it's back. So super, super useful. At least I think so. You can definitely do it so like you have shelves like by your nether portal or something if you have like specific tools you want to use in the nether. And I'm also using it for decoration on the clock tower over here. Just run over and show it quickly. I haven't gone too far with this yet, just because I didn't have the materials for it. But you can see here how it has like the lines that's like not powered. And you can like stick individual items into it. And then if you right click it, you can get your items back. So like that, and you can kind of swap them out. But yeah, no, that's super cool because like everyone's wanted vertical slabs in the game for so long. And then they never did it, and this is like the closest thing we've gotten to vertical slabs, even though they keep saying like, no, it's not vertical slabs. They're like it is. Like it's thicker than a trapdoor for sure. And then you can see here, like, so like this path is great, but as I get closer to the house, you see how I have mossy cobble? That's why I was grabbing that, because I only have it from like here to the house, and I can add it to the rest of the path. But not quite there yet. I would love to make a better nether portal. I just don't know what shape I want to do it. I did see a really cool design a while back where they made a dragon head and put the portal inside the dragon head, and I think I would love to do that here. But I don't have the material for it right now, but maybe in a future stream. But here, let's go. I kind of want to do the trial chamber. I'm not really like super prepared for that. No, let's not do that. Let's head to bed. And we can do... I don't want any meat. Hey, puppos. Huh. Honestly, part of me just wants to go get more wither skeleton skulls. I feel like that'd be kind of a fun adventure. I do also want to start working towards getting stuff to go to an ocean monument. I've never done an ocean monument in hardcore before. So, hey, Freaky Frog! We're here. We're frogging it up. Okay. Here, let's grab some honey. Yeah, I'm behind you. Freaky Frog's been around for a while. Rachel D's been here since day one. We don't have Bacon Kink in the chat today. I don't know what happened to them. They're probably in school. But that's okay. They can watch the VOD. Shout out to you guys for watching the VODs too. I noticed I've gotten a few comments the past few days of people watching like past episodes. And that's really cool to see that people are like finding the streams and going like, oh, I need to get caught up, and they're actually watching the old VODs. Like that's like awesome. My wife and I do that. She just got caught up on about Oliver's streams, so she's like officially caught up after watching all of his streams. And for anyone who's into D&D, Critical Role's season 4 just started, or campaign 4. And I don't know if you guys watch D&D podcasts at all, but the people in this D&D game are all like professional voice actors. A lot of them worked on like Sailor Moon and Naruto and, you know, Pokemon and a few other shows. So their voices are sometimes recognizable. For example, Robbie Draymond, he's the voice of Tuxedo Mask from Sailor Moon. And he's one of the characters. Gaara from Naruto is Liam O'Brien. And he's in there, and like he definitely busts out the Gara voice, like unintentionally sometimes. Thushara Damayanthi. I think I pronounced that right. Look at me go. Yeah, I remember you. How's it going? Good to see you in the stream. But yeah, if you're into D&D or just want to get into it, they just started a new season where they added a bunch of new cast members. So now I think they're up to like 13 people. And yeah. So with 13 people, I think originally it was 7 or 8. And now there's 13, and they just started a new episode. So the first episode I think is 4 hours. And it's once a week thing. So if you're into D&D, definitely check that out. The D&D podcast that I watch, Super Cringe Roleplay, they're trying to finish up, but their DM, he, are you playing the Copper update? I am playing the Copper update. So we have a bunch of new Copper stuff. Yeah, for Super Cringe Roleplay, I guess the DM, he's a truck driver and his route just changed, so he doesn't have as much time on the weekends anymore to, like, run the whole thing. But they're trying. They're trying to get it out. I think they just did episode 69, so. But yeah, if you're into really funny like role play games, like they're all basically characters from the DC universe with like slightly different names. So like Batman is Nocturnal, Bane is Burden, Jokester for Joker, and Dr. Straw for Scarecrow. And then they've had a couple of characters on now recently for Aquaman. I can't remember his name. And something else I can't remember. Thashara, Mojang adds Spire. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if you're into that kind of thing. Like their podcast is really funny. Like Critical Role's a little more serious, but it does have its funny moments with like dick jokes and stuff. But Super Cringe Roleplay is very, very aware of what it is, I guess is the way to say it. You know what? Let's go do the trial chamber. Screw it. Let me grab some arrows. I got lots of gold apples. You know, my armor's pretty good. Might as well do that while we chat, because like it's not like my trial chamber is very big, and hey, we might end up with a mace, so. Wow, you can spell your name. I tried, man. I said it as fast as I could, hoping that I said it right, and I think I did, so. You know, it's hard for English speakers who don't speak another language to try and pronounce names from another culture, but I tried my best. Again, not trying to insult anybody or anything. I'm just want to get your name right. All right. Drop this here. And I think I have a few ominous bottles somewhere. Here's one. This one's got Bad Omen 2. I thought I had a Bad Omen 3 somewhere. Right? Oh, yeah. Bad Omen 2, Bad Omen 1. Question. Can you do this? No, it doesn't work. Okay. You're from Sri Lanka. Oh, wow. Okay. That's really cool. Oh, yeah, here's the 3. Yeah, let's try the 3. I want to see how hard it is. It can't be that bad. Right? Sri Lanka. Wow, that's, like, very far and remote. At least as far as I'm aware. Poison arrows. Here's spectral arrows. Those are actually going to be kind of helpful. Guess I kind of have to take poison arrows. Wasn't intending to, but that's fine. Let's see here. Get some more of these. How many arrows is that? That's 68 plus 16, so 74, 84, I think. Something like that. 84 arrows. Plus whatever we pick up from the things we kill in there. I should probably repair my bow before we go as well. And you're where? I'm Canadian, so I'm in Canada. So, bit of a ways away from you. I wish you had a better bow. Yeah, I don't really have the XP for it right now. Here, you know what I'll do? Let's... no, that's not right at all, is it? There we go. Let's take a peek and see what we can get. Yeah, I'm from Canada, so... yeah, it's all power. So, unfortunately, that's kind of all we got right now. The other thing, too, is I don't know if I actually can repair this right now. Okay, that's good. I thought you were from the US. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people do. The US tends to forget sometimes, I think, that, oh, jeez. Sorry. I had a pop-up on my screen and tried to exit out of it and it just brought up a YouTube window. Yeah, no, the US, I think they kind of forget sometimes that, like, other countries speak their language. Like, especially Canada. Like, Canada is, like, right next door to them. They're, like, they know nothing about Canada. It's very strange. They all think we talk like this, eh? I don't know what you're talking about. Are you gonna fight with a raid? You know, it's not a horrible idea. I wasn't really planning on doing a raid, though. Let's just do the trial chamber for now. And then, depending on where I'm at, I might end the stream after the trial chamber. Or if things are going okay and I'm not dead, then maybe what we can do is start a raid. Half the time you say you're Aussie, because it's all people really know about Australia, right? Hey, Olivia. Yeah, no, Australia, like, the rest of the world, like, at least growing up for me in the US, like, when Australia was, like, super popular, it was when, like, the Crocodile Dundee movies came out, and, like, Steve Irwin, right? So everyone just assumes, like, Australia's like that, but, like, I've met Australians, like, there are actually quite a few of them in Canada. And that's absolutely not the case. Like, not everybody's like, "G'day, mate." Like, you know, they're just like people. I'm sure that can get really frustrating sometimes. I actually grew up in kind of a touristy area, so definitely had people with a bunch of stereotypes about Canadians. Thunderstorm. Let's get out of the rain. Here. I was going to go to sleep, but like if we're going to be in the trial chamber anyways. Yeah. Like Canadians, you know, like Australians have different names for certain things, but like they don't always use them, and like so do Canadians. Like we have our own slang, and I'm sure most places do. Do I know Dream? Yes, I do know about Dream. I think everybody knows who Dream is. Unfortunately, his videos aren't getting as many views anymore, but it's kind of his own fault. Wow, that was right where we're going, so hopefully I don't get struck by lightning. Yeah, like, I know some Canadians do say a boot instead of about. I grew up kind of close to the US border, so I don't think I have a Canadian accent. I've never been told I have one, but where I grew up, there was a lot of tourism, so we get a lot of people from, you know, different parts of the world. Stein, are you going to school, bro? No, I'm out of school, actually. I'm a little older. You know, for example, like, we had people, they'd come up with, like, the dumbest questions to ask, right? And, like, sometimes they were completely serious, so, like, I'm trying to think of, like, a good one that someone said to me once. Oh yeah, like these people, they wanted to, they came into where I was working at the time, and I grew up working in an ice cream shop, and they walked in and they just reeked of marijuana, and I was just like, okay, like I was like, I don't know, like 14 or 15 at the time, and they walked in, like keep in mind, like it's legal now, like marijuana is legal in Canada, but it wasn't back then. And I remember just sitting there, and this dude walks in with his mom, and they're like, "Hey, you know where we can get some weed?" And everyone just stops and kind of looks at them like, you know, weed's illegal, right?" They're like, "No, it's not. We're in Canada." And we're all just kind of like looking at them. Are you reading the chats, man? Yeah, I'm reading the chats, Olivia. I see you. You're here. Oh, it looks like, oh, weird. Yeah, my stream quality did drop, eh? What happened? I can see the session timer on Twitch timed out. Like half an hour ago. That's really weird. I don't know why that happened. Give me a sec. Here, at Olivia, whatever. Yeah, I don't know why that happened. I guess my internet must have cut out. But yeah, no, like these people came in and they're just like, that might have been that from that weird lag drop. Well, I'm even looking at the video right now, like on YouTube, like the quality looks lower. Well, I was here to watch and meet new people, but you weren't replying. If you see these texts after or before ending the stream. Yeah, no, I'm definitely responding. I don't know what's happening. 2 3 4 3 2 3. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. But anyways, yeah, they came in to my workplace and they're like, "Hey, you know where we can find some weed?" And we're all looking at them. And we're like, weed's illegal in Canada." And they're like, "What? No, it's not." And we're all like looking at them like, yes, it is. And then you can just see the look of like panic come over their face. And they're like, "Wait, what?" They're like, "But we just bought some from that guy over there." I'm like, "Yeah, you bought illegal drugs." And you can just see the look on their face. I'm like, oh no, what do we do? What do we do? And I'm like, relax. Like, it's not that big a deal. But like, yeah, no, it is not legal here. Don't do that. All right, here we go. So, unfortunately, people are a little misinformed when it comes to Canadians. Which is sort of a good thing and bad thing if you think about it. Kind of depends on what you're trying to do in Canada, I guess. But yeah, like you just had people do stuff like that all the time where they'd be like, "What? You're in Canada, this is legal." And we're like, no, it's not. What enchantment do I have in my shield? Right now it's just mending and nothing else, but you can put unbreaking on it. There we go. That was pretty straightforward. Grab some steak. Do I snowboard or ski? No, actually. I always wanted to snowboard growing up, and I just couldn't afford it. So I skateboard, and I did dabble in scootering for a little bit. But skateboarding is kind of my main thing. I've definitely like tried snowboarding, but you know, I never tried like a professional snowboard with like bindings and stuff. But oh yeah, copper armor. But I've tried like little like crappy wall, you know. That's like my only favorite thing about living in Canada is like the cold weather. But I hate shoveling snow. It's like the worst. It's heavy, it's wet. Sometimes there's like, you know, dirt and mud and dog shit that people never picked up, and it's just, it's not a good time. Snowboarding looks cool. I've never gone. There's actually a snowboarding place like sort of nearby where I live. It's about an hour away ish. And I've always wanted to go. I just could never afford like snowboard rentals and stuff. But now that I'm an adult, I can. So. Oh. Apparently I'm just on fire now. Am I fast? I feel like I'm fast. New. Rolling around at the speed of fast. Gonna kill all the skeletons. Gonna kick their ass. Just keep on dodging and weaving. I'm gonna beat this trial if you keep believing. Now that's all I got. I don't know how these are still shooting things. I mean, they're not, but... Yeah, give me my prize. What was that? Potion of Strength. Potatoes, really? It snowed the day we were flying over. Yeah. It was cold enough this morning to snow, so... you know, I'm a little bummed on that. Hey, Tanav. But, you know, it is the season that it does snow, unfortunately, so I just kind of have to deal. Here, let me just clean this up a little bit. And just for Hillary, let's have the Potion of Strength. What's up? We're just doing a trial chamber. A 3rd level bad omen, so hopefully we survive this. I don't see why we won't. We're doing pretty well. Potion of Strength, I can one-shot things too, so that definitely helps. I don't know if there's another... Nope, doesn't look like it. My guy. Oh, he's got a knockback. Get out of here. Give me my prize. Gold carrot. Alright. Well... Here, let's try some of these. That's definitely not the right one. Keep this out. Sure. Really? Just can't? Weird. Alright. I feel like I'm missing something. Maybe there's a skeleton I missed or something. I don't know. But yeah, man, like living near like a popular tourist spot, I've met so many different weird people over the years. There was actually this one guy. So, oh, let's see what we get. God apple, I'll take it. Wind charges, great. Diamond armor. Here. Don't need these. I'll keep the God apple. And that's a lot of wind charges too, so we can actually get that achievement. And slowness arrows are meh. And diamond 2 chest plate we'll keep. 1 vault open per player, unfortunately. Oh, that's a shame. Well. Oh well. I remember this one time. So we had, there was a hospital that was like not too far away, but far enough away. And this guy, he was there for mental health reasons. And you know how in like the Dark Knight movies, how there's like the Joker has like the scars and he's like, you want to know how I got these scars? And it's like across his cheeks. Yeah. So this guy had that for real. And, so super scary. And what happened was is he escaped from the hospital, and he was living behind the ice cream place where I worked. And it was like so messed up. But basically he stole a bunch of hospital gowns and was using them sort of as like a bed. He like found a big like cinder block thing and was using it to like essentially sleep on. And then using, because like this is during the summer, so like pretty warm. But yeah, he would sleep on hospital gowns. And whenever he would go out and like beg for money so he could get food, he'd come into like where I was working, and he'd either get like a sundae or like some kind of burger if he could afford it. And I remember one time he came in, and he was like so messed up. Like, this guy was like mentally not there. And he walks up to the counter and he ordered just like a chocolate sundae or something. I can't remember what it was. But he grabs it, and it was right before Easter. And he looks at me and he goes like, I'm trying to remember exactly how he said it, but he was just like, it's almost time for the day of our Lord. Aren't you excited? And like made his voice go all deep like that and like satanic. And I was like, and then he just kind of smiled and took his thing and just like walked away. And I was just kind of stuck sitting there being like, what just happened? And like even my boss, like my manager, was like looking at me because he was standing right there, and he was just like, you good? I'm just like, I guess. Like I don't really know what I'm supposed to say to that. But yeah, we had some characters at that place for sure. I had a couple people be like, they order like a chocolate sundae and a caramel sundae, and I put it right in front of them, and they're just like, which one's which? And I like look at them like, are they being serious? Like, are they messing with me? Or like, are they being serious right now? And they were being like 100% dead serious. And I was just like, okay. Where's this guy? Where's this dude? We had this one couple. They came in and they're like, they wanted to go to Niagara Falls, which was like not too far away. And they're like, hey, like, what time does the falls close? And I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah, the falls. Like, what time does it close at? And I'm like, it's a waterfall. Like, it doesn't close. It's just a giant waterfall. Like, what do you mean? I started getting that question, like, pretty frequently one summer. So they were like, oh, yeah, like, what time does Niagara Falls close? And I'm like, oh, the same time they roll up the sidewalks. Oh, he's stuck in a cobweb. It's good thing breezes don't, like, do damage. Where's this dude? Oh, there he is. Like, I used to get so many dumb questions there. Or people would be like, oh, can you put, like, this, and this in my ice cream? And I'm like, yeah, sure, go pay for it. And they're like, why? And I'm like, because you need to pay for it? What do you mean, why? I'm not just gonna give you free stuff. Like, no, people are insane when it comes to ice cream, man. People are so particular about it. Same with coffee. Maybe we are the insane people and he is normal. Maybe. Yeah, coffee especially, man. Like, there were some mornings where, like, there'd be people who I personally believe they shouldn't have been, like, driving. And they'd come in at, like, 5 in the morning when I was working midnights. And they'd walk up to the counter and be like, and I'd be like, what? And then they'd, like, repeat themselves and I can't hear them. And I'm just like, dude, you need to, like, wake up. Like, you just drove a car here. Like, they barely have their eyes open. And I'd be like, what are you doing? Like, you could have hit someone and you probably would have never even known it. Like, it's insane how badly some people need caffeine in the morning. And, like, I like caffeine. Like, I drink a lot of pop. Like, full disclosure. But, yeah, man, like, sometimes I'd look at those people and they come in the morning and, like, they wouldn't even, like, know where they are. And I'm like, bruh. Okay, there is a mob somewhere. Where? What's happening? That one's still active, but I don't see whatever mob it's active for. That's really weird. Yeah, like this one's still... It seems to think there's still a mob somewhere, but I don't see it. Alright, well... Go back out, I guess. Very strange. Yeah, that job was so messed up. Like, I actually won a contest for, like, having the worst job in high school. It was so weird. Oh, I wonder if he fell down there. Maybe. Open sesame. Yeah, maybe he fell down here and he's stuck or something. Oh, there we go. I gassed. It was Gilmore. Is that one active now? It looks like it. I have to kind of watch which stories I'm telling, because I don't want to like give away where I was. The dead one is Gilmore the second. The live one is Gilmore the third. Okay. Yeah, I've had a lot of weird jobs over the years. I worked in a skate shop for a little while too. That was all right. I started there volunteering when I was in university, and then over time, me and the owner kind of became friends. So I started doing volunteer work there, like on the weekends. And then eventually they offered me like a part-time job, and then I ran it for a summer. And that job was fine, like working in a skate shop. But the problem is like you work with your friends, right? So like they're always like, yo, like give me a discount. Yo, let me sneak in later. Yo, let me whatever. And like I had keys to the building, and like when you have keys to your own private skate shop, like you really don't want to like piss off the owner. And they just never understood that for some reason. So there was so many times where they'd be like, I don't understand why you're not just like letting us stay late, or like letting us just like break in and use it for free. And I'm like, because I like having a job? Like, what do you mean? It was so bizarre. But that job was fun too, because then like sometimes I could show up an hour early for myself, and then I just had like my own private skate park to like skate around in for like an hour. Learn new tricks while no one's watching me and judging me while I fall. Oh right, we're here with the looting sword this time. We're actually gonna get a lot of slime out of this. Oh, they have like the cobweb effect? That sucks. I'm just trying to get rid of all the big ones. Yeah, I worked at a West 49, which is like a more corporate-owned skate shop, and then I worked at like a local skate shop with like a skate park for a little while. What was that? Instant health, it looks like. Ugh. Come on. There we go. Bunch of slime. Cool. I have a bunch of these ominous trial keys, but unfortunately I can't use them. Oh well. What can you do? I thought for sure it was going to let me use all these, but I guess not. That wasn't even, like, that hard. Like, I'm pretty sure that's it. Alright, well, let's see what we got. I got a bunch of poison arrows. Got some emeralds, got a bunch of slime, which is great. Let me just turn it into blocks. There we go. I'm trying to think of more like dumb work stories. There was one night where, okay, this is actually kind of funny. So we had a coworker of mine. He I don't really know how to explain it. He was just like kind of a dork, and we'd all like prank each other. Like a couple times we took his clothes, like his street clothes, and we froze them in a block of ice in the flash freezer at Dairy Queen. That was really funny. He went to go change out of his clothes after his shift and realized that all of his clothes were in a solid block of ice. But one night we were working and someone went on their break and went out back and they're like, what the heck is this? And they found this like 4.5 foot, 5 foot tall, like Barbie doll. Like it wasn't a sex doll. It was just like a straight up like children's toy, but it was like 5 feet tall. And we're like, what the heck? So we brought it inside the back door, like the back door. And, we grabbed a bunch of markers and like whatever we could find, like icing and whatever, and like drew all over the face. And we are just like, this is stupid, dumb boys, like teenage boy, whatever. And then that guy's shift was over, so he went home. And it was just me, a couple of the owners. How did you get here? Oh, I wonder if he got struck by lightning. Oh, that's crazy. That's like actually really rare. All right. But anyways, yeah, so like it was like me, a couple of the owner's grandkids, a friend of mine from school who I skated with, and then our manager who was like super chill. And we were all talking, and then we were like, wouldn't it be funny? Because like our manager would sometimes drive us home because like we'd get off work at like 1 a.m. And he'd be like, yeah, like wouldn't it be really, really funny if because like the guy was like kind of freaked out by the Barbie doll thing. And we're like, wouldn't it be funny if we just like brought it to his house and then knocked on the door at 1 a.m. and leaned it up against his window? Because like we knew which window his bedroom was. And so my manager was like, do you actually want to do that? And we're like, are you willing to drive? And he's like, yeah. So because he would drive us home from work all the time. So at the end of our shift, it was like 1:30 in the morning. We took this giant Barbie doll thing and we snuck to his house. And we were all like pissing ourselves laughing the entire time. And we couldn't get to his bedroom window. So we're like, oh, whatever. We'll just like lean it up against his front door. And we leaned it up against his front door, which was like a glass kind of screen door and then a heavier door. And we did. And then we banged on the door really loud and then ran and hopped in the car and left. And so like we're all like dying at this point laughing. Well, I guess the next day he came into work. And he's like, you guys are effing assholes. And we're like, what? Like, what's going on? And he's just like, you guys did that at 2 a.m. And my mom answered the door and she screamed bloody murder and fell on the floor. We felt so bad, but it was so funny. And then a couple weeks later, like this was like in the middle of like all this like pranking and whatever, kind of had like a spree of it that summer. God, that was a fun summer. Trying to think of like how it's set up, but basically we had to take the garbage out at the end of the night, and you know, like we had a dumpster behind it, but we were locking up, and you know, my manager, same manager, he was like getting ready to drive me and that guy home because we were the only two that were left, and he's like, hey, like you know, other guy, can you grab that garbage bag and like toss it in the dumpster? And so he's like, yeah, sure. And then me and my manager get in the car and I'm like, hey, you want to prank him? And he's like, yeah, what do you want to do? I'm like, let's drive around the block and make him think that we left him and forgot about him. And so he's like, we're going to come back though, right? I'm like, oh yeah, we'll come back. We'll just drive around the block. Like, it's like a very small block, like smaller than a normal block actually, just because of how like alleyways worked there. So it was like, 50 meters at minimum. So we drive around the block and we go back to the parking lot and he's gone. And we're like, what the heck? Like, where did he go? And we look out into the intersection and we see someone with a hoodie like sprinting towards our car. And we're like, what the heck? And so we, kind of sit there for a sec. And then he gets in the car and he's like, and takes his hood off, and it's my coworker. And he's like, oh my God, guys, oh my God. And we're like, what? Like, what's wrong? And he's just like, well, like, I went to go throw the garbage out. We're like, yeah. And he's like, well, like, obviously I thought you guys were going to wait for me. So when I turned around, I saw a car in the intersection. It was so late at night, there was no other cars, right? And it was the same model of car as my manager's car. And he didn't know because it was dark and like couldn't see anything and whatever. So he had his hood up and he was in his street clothes and he had a big hood on. It was like 1 a.m. and he walked out to the intersection thinking it was my manager, but it turns out it was some random old lady's car. And so what happened is he got into the back seat of the car while it was in the intersection. And the lady turned around and screamed, thinking that she was getting carjacked by some random dude in a hoodie. And like, keep in mind, this dude was like very dorky, like was not a bad guy at all. We just like, he liked to prank us as much as we pranked him. Like, don't get me wrong, like I got pranked a few times, but he panicked and just got out of the car and ran and hid behind the dumpster before she called the cops. And we could see that she was parked across the street at like one of the businesses that was still open. And we just started laughing because he's like, it's not funny, man. She's calling the cops. Like, we got to get out of here. And so we just like let him in the car and like, drove him back to his house. And I don't think his mom said anything about it the next day. I never got in trouble for that one. But yeah, no, he straight up like got into a random person's car at like 1 a.m. and then she screamed and called the cops, and like we left before the cops got there. But like, yeah, no, it was a interesting night to say the least. And we had a couple of nights where we would go skating at like 2 a.m. at the local skate park, and we had a little bit of a spotlight using the headlights from my friend's car, and no one's out there at 2 a.m. It was kind of like an isolated area with no houses around, so we could just skate as long as like security and cops didn't care. And yeah, it was a good time. I miss those summer nights. I don't miss the job. The job sucked, but we got fruit flies again, and I don't know where they're coming from. But yeah, no, it was an interesting job. West 49 was kind of interesting too, just because they gave me a lot of authority, just because they kind of like knew the brands and like actually skateboarded. Like a lot of the girls that worked there, they'd like never even stood on a skateboard. So when people came in, they would just like direct them to me and be like, yeah, he's your skate guy, go talk to him. And then like, I worked at a different West 49 in a city closer to where I am now, and worked in a skate shop, worked in a coffee shop. Like I've had a lot of interesting jobs over the years. I don't know why these guys all hang out back here when their job block is inside the building. Let's see, where are we at? Day 268. You know what? We're about 3 hours in, guys, so I'm probably gonna call it there. Just because I have some stuff I gotta do today, and I need to go like shower and whatever. But yeah, today was actually kind of a fun stream. I wasn't too sure. I haven't been streaming as consistently the past few days just because I've had stuff going on, but I'm glad. I was hoping it would never end. Unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. So, but we're slowly approaching day 200 or day 300. Sorry. So we'll hopefully do something cool for that. Maybe we'll resurrect the dragon for day 300 and do that, or go tackle an ocean monument for the first time or something like that. But anyways, guys, thanks for the support. Really appreciate it. Thanks for all the likes on the stream too. Make sure you subscribe and like and all that fun stuff. And yeah, I'm going to be streaming again probably tomorrow, 7 a.m. EST. So if you guys can figure out that time conversion for you, 7 o'clock EST. I don't know what that amounts to where you live. You're going to have to Google it or do the math or something. But yeah, if you want to come stop by, hang out again. I don't really have a plan for tomorrow, but if you guys join the Discord and want to leave your suggestions, I'm more than happy to look at them and look at your comments on YouTube and Discord and all that stuff and take that into consideration. In all honesty, I usually just I kind of look at what my wife is doing, and sometimes I copy what she is doing, or I'll just ask her like, hey, like, what should I do? Really glad I didn't start a raid. I just realized I have bad omen and I just walked into a village. I guess it was trial omen and not bad omen, but still. Let me just do this before I forget. But yeah, guys, I really appreciate you guys coming to hang out and chill for the stream. A lot of people from a lot of different places today, so that was really cool. And yeah, 7 a.m. EST tomorrow. I'll probably start streaming again. And if you guys have any suggestions, let me know. And hope you guys just have a good day. If you got some stuff going on, hope it goes well. If you're in school, hopefully school's not too boring for you, but it is important. So try and pay at least kind of a little bit of attention. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next stream. So take care. And I don't really have a good sign off yet, but make sure you leave some pet suggestions too, like pet names and some other pets I should get for the house. So anyways, yeah, I'm gonna take off and hope you guys enjoyed. So see you tomorrow.